right, sitting here again with Captain Marty. He's got another great story for us. And Marty, I was thinking about this. I got a question for you. Have you ever taken a celebrity, or what we call celebrities? Have you ever taken one fishing? Has anybody jumped on your boat that was like, oh, hey, that's pretty cool?
Well, sort of. The story I'll tell you today is about a major celebrity. But other than that, like the Philadelphia Flyers hockey team, you remember I fished them for years.
Yes, that's right.
And some captains of industry, a few other NFL players, but nobody like the one I'm getting ready to tell you about. And it had to do with the Allman Brothers Band in a way you might not imagine. But I will be back to tell you just how all that played out in just a second.
What could possibly be more fun than watching a bottlenose dolphin swim and play in the water right beside you? Hop aboard Harbor Star Dolphin Tours at Wanchese Marina and witness this remarkable animal up close. The Harbor Star is a spacious 50-foot vessel with a wide, shady canopy that runs 2-hour trips multiple times a day, including a breathtaking sunset cruise. To book your tour, go online to wanchesemarina.com and click Harbor Star Dolphin Tours. See the majestic bottlenose dolphin up close with Harbor Star Dolphin Tours.
Hey y'all, Captain Marty here to tell you that when my friends are in the market for a new boat engine or repair, I send them to the best, and that's at Ratcliffe Marine in Belhaven. Ratcliffe Marine is your official Yamaha outboard dealer. Yamaha motors are designed to get you on the water fast and get you back to the dock whenever you're ready. Ratcliffe Marine is also the largest repower center in North Carolina. So when you're in the market for a new motor or need your Yamaha service, go to Ratcliffe Marine, 865 Highway 264 in Belhaven. So I graduated from Seabreeze Senior High School in 1975, and a lot of people that listen to my stories say, you sure have a lot of stories from Daytona and Ponce Inlet, and I do, because I started fishing on head boats during the heyday of snapper and grouper fishing, and came up here, as you know from other stories, right out of high school. My life has been full of adventure. But as far as celebrities, I went to the same high school that the Allman Brothers went to high
really?
School. Yeah.
Okay.
They bounced around the state of Florida a lot, but they had a home on the beach side in Daytona. Not on the beach, but like between the beach and the intercoastal.
Okay.
And it was I never knew them. Remember, they were a little bit ahead of me. My brother went to school with them, with Dwayne Allman.
Oh, okay.
So, and he also is, my brother's also a musician. But anyway, I had sort of lost track. At the time, they were really not anything special. You know, they were a local band.
Mm-hmm.
But I was fishing. This is a two-part story. I started on the head boat with Captain Jake Stone, and one day he wasn't booked, and there's a little sport fishing boat at the dock called the Laura K with Captain Herb Fitzwater.
Okay.
And anyway, Captain Herb came over to the Flamingo and said, "Hey, Marty, I just picked up a charter. Can you come out? Can you fill in for me? Because my mate's not here." Is what you would know as a makeup charter, a house booking, a walk-up.
Right.
Not booked in advance. I mean, you weren't planning. So I said, yeah, half a day. I'll make a quick half day. I was 16 years old. So anyway, the guy in the booking desk says, this is going to be, you're not going to believe these two people. They'd already checked in, and it was Greg Allman and his mother on this particular trip.
Okay.
And they were both not 3 sheets to the wind. They were both 5 sheets to the wind.
Oh,
both of them.
Lord.
He had bell bottoms, no shirt, long hair, and the two of them, mother and son, had painted the town of Daytona. You know how that town is. You can stay out all night if you want. And they decided it would be fun to go offshore fishing. So we went out, and they were drunk, but they were fun drunk. They weren't mean drunk or whatever. And we went offshore, and we caught some king mackerel, and they drank like fish, and they had a great time. When we got to the dock, they were really good tippers, and they went on no problem. Good half day's work. So then a couple years later, and I won't get the exact year, but the local tie-in to the story is down in Hatteras. At Hatteras Harbor used to be a big fancy boat. A lot of our listeners will know was the Fiesta, big tuna tower on it. It was owned by Captain Jules Langston, and I fished the summer on that boat, my second summer in Hatteras.
Okay.
So I went down to fish with Jules at Ocean Reef Club, which is in northern Key Largo. I doubt you've ever been there. Most people that have been to Key Largo don't realize if you turn north on the Card Sound Toll Road, it takes you up to this big guard gate, and it's really a high. It makes Pirates Cove. It's about twice the size of Pirates Cove.
Oh wow! Holy
Private
smokes.
airport, 3 18-hole golf courses, a 400-slip marina. People like Evil Knievel had two, not one, but two boats. Evil Eye 1 and the Evil Eye 2 there. Anyway, and Captain Jules told me, we're going to be really busy. We're going to fish a lot. So I was on the Fiesta, and a lot of the entertainers out of Miami would come down there for a break. It was like an hour south of Miami, and they would come down there to Ocean Reef. It was a private resort, lots of security, and they would often charter boats or go bone fishing or whatever.
Okay.
We were sail fishermen on the Fiesta. That's what we did. But one day, Jules had a mechanical problem, and he said, look, I'm going to have to wait for the mechanic. You got the day off. There's nothing you can do to help me. Well, it just happened that morning, the boat next to us, the Shearwater with Captain Robert Jansenius, great, big, nice sport fishing boat. Robert came running over to the dock because I was hanging around the boat before Jules gave me the day off. He said, look, my mate, I don't know where he's at. He hadn't showed up. I got to go, and I got some special people on board. Can you go? And at Ocean Reef, Jack Nicklaus came by the boat almost every day. We rescued his son. That's another story.
Oh, wow.
Out in the middle of the ocean. But you never knew who you're going to bump into.
Okay.
One of my favorite charters was Bob Gamble, who founded Procter & Gamble. And all this, like captains of industry. Really neat place.
Wow.
So I get over there, and I'm trying to go around on the boat real quick to find everything. Strange boat. You got to find out where the mate kept all his gear. And it was kind of a little bit windy, a little bit rainy, but here comes everybody down there is in a golf cart, So here comes a golf cart with 3 people in it.
And when Captain Marty looked up, who do you think he saw? We'll find out in just a bit.
Ahoy there, folks. Captain Edward Lee here, and I want to invite you aboard the Miss Oregon Inlet 2. She's a modern 60-foot headboat outfitted with the latest top-quality safety and fishing equipment. We make 3 trips per day out of the world-famous Oregon Inlet Fishing Center. Visit MissOregonInlet.com or call us today at 252-251-4314. So ditch the beach for a bit and set sail with the Miss Oregon Inlet 2.
One of them is Greg Allman. Again. And with him, sat next to him was Cher, and then a third party who I don't remember who he was. He was their business manager, record player, whatever, but it wasn't hard to, I knew enough to know that they were married, and you may remember they were only married for 2 weeks. 14 days, I think it was.
And that raises a question now, but anyway.
Possibly I broke up the marriage.
That's what I was going to ask. Now, Marty, something happened on that boat.
The 3 of them got on there. We did a lot of half-day trips for sale, but they wanted to go for the whole day. And I was good, more money, so I'm not over on the other boat doing engine work.
Right.
So I got on there, and anyway, did the whole run-through. Here's what we'll be doing. We're going to stop on the reef about halfway out. Really fascinating how they catch live ballyhoo. You put a chum bag out, then you wait for the ballyhoo on the surface, live ballyhoo, just swim, and you have to throw a 12-foot cast net, and that was an art. That'll be another story for
right.
But I gave them the rundown where the life jackets were, everything they needed to know. And so we start idling out of the big marina, and you go out through a little cut in a dynamited channel, and then you're going out about 5 miles to the reef, catch your bait, and another 2 miles you're in the Gulf Stream, so a total of 7 miles. And Cher went right on up in the cabin, and there was a nice big dinette, and she got a book out, and she said, she was very nice. Talked to me like, have you been asked all the normal questions? Was your father a charter boat captain? Or how did you end up in the Keys? And I wanted to say, how did you end up with Greg Allman? But I didn't.
No.
I was careful. So she sat right there, and then the 2 men did the fishing. And that day we did catch not 1, not 2, we caught 5 sailfish and released all 5 of them. We caught a couple of wahoos and a couple of gaffer dolphins. And she really never came out of the cabin. She was obviously wanting to relax and read her book and let the men fish. That's what that day was all about. Anyway, but she was the nicest, most gracious person. And Greg Allman, we got to talking. I said, you may not remember, but I fished with you 2 years ago with your mother at Inlet Harbor. And I went to the same high school you did. And he did remember me.
Oh, okay, cool. I was going to ask you if he remembered you.
I'm surprised he remembered me.
That's pretty cool.
I'm surprised he remembered anything from that day. But anyway, yeah, so we fished. I fished Cher and Greg Allman. We had a great day. They left me the best tip I'd gotten all winter long in a marina full of rich people. Very generous, very nice, and they were very happy. So,
well, so what happened on that boat stays on that boat, I'm guessing. Is that right, Marty?
Yeah, and trust me, nothing happened.
Okay. I was going to say, now, they broke up in 2 weeks, and...
Yeah, isn't that funny how that could have worked out? I'd probably be your boss.
Exactly. She was asking you. Said she was asking you a lot of questions, very personable,
and she was very pretty and very nice, and just as quiet as a mouse. And they just liked the fact that they didn't have to sign autographs. I never asked them for any souvenirs or anything like that. And Greg Allman was Greg Allman. He had hair down the back of his shoulders, and he wore a shirt this time, but he still had the bell-bottom jeans on and all that. But it was really, really a fun day. A day I'll never forget.